Hello. So this is a quick Gov check-in by 45B. I'm not sure if anyone is going to be joining, but I'm going to start sharing my screen and chop away at our Miro board because we've done, I think, some 4 or 5 calls so far, and we haven't been organizing almost anything. So yeah, I'm just going to be doing that sort of, let's say, asynchronously, but building live or doing it live um, in case anyone joins as well. So yeah, I'm going to start sharing my screen. I'm not going to be talking to myself all the time unless something comes to mind. Apart from that, you're mostly just going to see my screen jumping around, and maybe that will give me some notes to talk to, probably to mention to anyone that has added things to the board. I think the best I can do here is to go and organize our previous call segments. So we have some notes here, which are from this week's call, and I've been meaning to drop them here, like a side by side. So this was Epoch 609, 613. Today we are at quick check for Epoch 615. So I'm just going to create some space for that. And yeah, the goal, by the way, this is not really a full call. It's just a check-in. So one thing that I should do on this one is to check governance actions on chain. So maybe let me just organize a bit what I was talking about, and I'll jump to the governance actions bit to get it covered. So today is just a gov check-in. It's the first time I'm speaking to myself in a call. It's a bit weird. Okay. Here, keep making this mistake of writing in the board that should be open for updates for the current call. So yeah, I'm going to copy this across by doing Control C, Control V. Go. And now I'm going to clear this part for next time. There's a lot of stuff here from previous calls, and I really need to organize this for the next call too. Nice to see you.
Oh, yeah, the only one on the call. I saw three people.
No, it's just me and you. It's my the recording assistant. It's already there as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So these calls, I'm not sure if you ever heard of them, but they're just our governance open hours. We started doing it every Monday at 4:30, and now we've moved it to 3:30 UTC. And today we're just
Ah,
doing, well, I am because no one else showed up, but we're still keeping the door open.
I'm
Just
here.
doing, yes, sorry. No, but I meant from previous participants and all that. Let me share my screen and I'll introduce you to it. So yeah, typical way of working from my side. Miro board, a lot of stickies, a lot of stuff being thrown around, and then we have this Google sheet where you can see a number of people have already come to previous calls. I need to fill this in for the Epoch 614 that we did this Monday, and now. So the goal of today's call, let me just show you as well here on the like timeline. So like I said, we started Epoch 609. This was 26th of January. We've been doing one weekly call every Monday. I then decided to start calling them by the epoch. And so, for example, this is a check-in like on Fridays. like the same I did on 611. No one else showed up as well. I didn't even record that one. And so now we are here. You are here. So we're doing a quick check-in just to make sure we have a look at governance actions for 615. And then we're going to resume the usual Monday calls on Monday. And if I show you on the Miro board, on the very first call, we did kind of a brainstorm where a lot of people were saying what their problem is in terms of governance. So we have Jonah, we have Jintama, Ryan was here, Sir Corin, and then Meek was also here, Rodrigo. But yeah, so um, from these problems, we decided we try to align on resources and means to solve them, and then get to end solutions. So the goal would be that we have problem, tooling, and solution that solves that problem. But so that was just one exercise on the first call. And then we've done like a number of others. We've done one call where we went through all the governance tools that exist on Cardano. So each of these batches of 6 is one governance tool. There's the one by Darlington. There's Cardano Budget by someone called Tony from Vietnam. There's CGov that the guys from Mesh are now doing. And so we started looking into all of these. Maybe I can use this one now, for example. So like I said, today the goal is really just to have a look at governance actions that are being voted on. And I know that someone mentioned another tool. Did you know we have these many tools, to gov tools on Cardano?
Nah, nah, nah. I only know of gov.tools, C, C Explorer, is it a governance tool?
C Explorer, and which one?
Gov.tools.
No, I think that was the first one you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
I
And
thought you said
CGov.
CGov. Yeah. Yeah. So someone said on the on the last call that there's another one which is, I think it's Cardano Cube, if I'm not mistaken, that started having governance actions now. So you can explore governance, and then you can come to governance actions.
Wait. I think I saw my name. Scroll.
One
Please.
second.
Yeah. Activity field. This activity field. Yeah, stay down.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
This you're a DREP
Yes, I just updated. I
22
just
hours ago.
registered.
Cool.
Yeah.
The network is watching you. So yeah, so these guys, Cardano Cube, have been like you know what Cardano Cube is, like from the old days,
Yes.
just a list of
Yeah. Where you?
applications, right?
Yeah. Cardano projects.
Yeah. So this is your voting power. Just getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hesitant to start DREP as well, but I would call it like just a direct voter. I don't mean to have anyone delegating to me. At most, I would have my wallets just all together, and probably I would do something very, very symbolic as well. Yeah,
Mm.
but it's good. Now we get to showcase this tool as well, and Cardano Cube has been around for ages, and yeah. So if we really want to have a look at everyone that's meddling with things, you can see here everyone voting. You can keep this on refresh. And you can see here Kators is abstaining on Amaru, which is interesting because I think he's involved with the team. So that makes sense. And yeah, interesting. I really think that like the goal of these calls that I started is exactly for us to get to explore what everyone's doing in terms of golf tools, governance education, a number of other things. For example, Intersect has a constitutional amendments working group. where they're preparing the process to change the constitution. Um, we, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So on-chain governance actions, this is one of them. I just meant to say that one of the things we wanted to cover on this call is to try to make like a more consumable version of what they're doing. So instead of having to go to their calls for months, you can just have a stripped down version here that just gives you the main part of what they're doing. So here there's a bit about pointing to best practices with has to do with the technical structures that GovTool builders are doing. We're trying to help people understand what each other are doing technically in terms of data structures so that they can align and we can improve tools based on each other. And also here, there's a bit about governance education, but these are everything is very, very, very raw for now. One thing that I've been meaning to explore, for example, in terms of governance, for example, I'm starting to look into politics here in Portugal, and other organizations or groups in Cardano like these two are very much focused on looking into governance systems. It's not just Cardano governance; it's looking at human governance. And so I think there's a lot here that could be brought together. In like we're trying to provide this meeting space, but it's still very very, very early in our initiative. Jump in.
okay. So, this governance thing, I just um I just started knowing about it last year, and
Mhm.
you know, Cardano is trying to like make people understand the essence of on-chain governance, things like that. So basically, I want to ask the idea behind on-chain governance is just for decision-making processes, right?
How did you say it? Decision making for what?
I said the idea behind the on-chain governance is for decision-making, right?
Yes, I thought you meant a specific type of decision making. Yes, I think overall you can say that, but there's so many different things that can happen, right? So you have parameter changes, you have constitutional changes, you have budget, just to start, right? Budget is very, very different than parameter change, which is very different from a constitutional change. And then there's the constitutional committee that needs to validate everything according to the constitution, validate all the governance actions that are being passed. Um, yeah, it gets tricky. Do you think, like, I think even, for example, the vision, apart from all the three types that I just came up with or that I just remembered, you realize Intersect, for example, is trying to define the roadmap for Cardano with Vision 2030. That's sort of something that goes on chain and gets voted by people. That's not a budget or parameter or constitution, but sort of directs the budget and directs everything else. So it's very, very important that those things are that have public input into them. Welcome, Shaggy. So today we're just doing a quick golf check-in. We're almost like close to the end of the time, but we started talking about governance anyway. And when I started the call to the first 10 minutes, I was just here by myself, sharing my screen, trying to organize things a bit. Shaggy, I think you came to one of these calls, but I have a lot of work to catch up on here, and this is the supplementary project of the ones we're doing. So that's why I haven't been keeping up so much. So for the initial part of the call, I was just starting to organize a bit what we did on Epoch 609, etc., trying to catch up here in terms of backlog. But let's focus on the main goal of the day, which is just to have a look at governance actions. And we were finding it interesting because when I came through here, we were using this one with you last week, on Monday, Cardano Cube, right, Shaggy? And it was funny because Aomi saw her name here, and then we went to find her profile because she was updating her DREP profile. And so let's just focus on the governance actions. If I go there, I think this is a nice view of things that are being voted currently. And I still want to contrast this with the view from Mark's tool. For CGOV, for example, we need to filter it to, I'm not sure, status. I think it should be active, right? Yeah. So yeah, so it matches with these other two. There's just these two being voted. And I think there's a glitch here with the code page or something. And let's just try to find Mark's tool, which is, I always forget the name. Where is it? Here we go. Cardano Connect, which is finally on mainnet after a long time just doing pre-prod and midnight and a number of things. Yeah, I really like this way of presenting it because it's like chronological, right? And so you have it like in a bird's eye view, you see not just the ones that are voted, but how far along they are. Sorry, here. And yeah, this one is dropped because I think we've discussed it several times on previous calls. And so, yeah, I honestly didn't know that you could drop governance actions. Eventually, they're probably going to do another one. Guys, any input on these two? Net change limit. Let's have a look at the thing is when I want to see the voting part, I default to CGov currently. But when I want to see how far along they are, I want to come to this one. So the treasury withdrawal, it's early, it still doesn't have much votes, and that's normal, I think. And for the net change limit, we're, let's say, halfway through. It's not
Did
getting that
the
much.
350 did the 350 net change limit fail, Pedro?
I'm not sure. I think there's like someone mentioned the like a second consultation or something like that. I'm
It's
looking for
up,
it.
up, up, up to the right, up to the right. Yep, that's it. No, down,
Well,
one below.
this one.
Yes, that was the 351, I think.
Okay, so net change limit, epoch, something. Let's try to click it here. It says dropped.
So that one did not go through. I wonder if this one was the one that didn't go through because the CC wouldn't. No, it made CC threshold. Yeah, it had CC threshold.
It's 4 of 7. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I honestly didn't know that you could drop them.
Yeah, I didn't either. I don't know what that term means.
Um,
Does that mean like it
but let me
didn't?
just
Go ahead.
check. Let me just check on other tools. I think so. For example, this one. It's the same one that you. Yeah, here it just says expired. I don't think it
Okay,
says
so
dropped.
that one timed out and didn't have the support it needed from the DREPs and SPOs.
Hmm.
Oh, it doesn't look like it had the CC vote required either, because the threshold, it needed one more vote, it looks like.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
from
it
here.
does confuse a lot of people that the treasury actions and info actions have different thresholds for passing. So like some actions will pass with 67%, and others will pass with 51. And then still others, I think, like the chain parameter ones require like everything to have a 2/3 majority or like a super majority. So like 67% for everything.
So that's where the UI could be more educational, let's say, where you come here and you see this, you should see this, but say this is for info action.
Hit that little info icon next to the Epoch snapshot 612. You see the info at the little icon next to that above where it says yes. What does that say?
Okay. The votes presented here are calculated based on the ledger snapshot taken at the start of Epoch 612.
Okay, so it's using the info things to provide some context, but definitely, like you said, maybe a little bit more education or information regarding why this vote requires such thresholds. That would be useful for your average user, but we got to find a way to make that like not take up too much space in the user interface.
Yeah, tooltips are very useful for that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm really liking what the way Cardano Cube are showing things, but there's so much redundancy with everyone else that we would have to be like bureaucratic, let's say, and make a matrix of everything and try to find the commonalities and who to help with what, because it's like just too many tools. I'm not sure how to approach it, but simple things come to mind. When for example, you're on X, people keep putting their drep as a string on their profile. So I'm thinking of doing. We already had ideated with doing a 45B browser extension, and so this one's quite ugly. Forget the design on this one. But I'm thinking of doing a quick browser extension, vibe coded or something, that allows anyone to double click the rep ID, do right click, in the same way you have here copy or something like that. You would have a 45B browser extension that allows you to, okay, let's inspect this, let's open this drep ID in Cardano Cube or Cgov, right? Or other explorers. Does that make sense? Do you think people would use that? Okay, let's see how it goes. Guys, I don't have much more to say about these governance actions. Do you?
I don't really know much about it. About
Yeah,
this.
but you're very welcome to keep hanging around, because we're exploring as well. I'm learning as I go. Yeah. When I was in the open source office, I started doing this. I did a call like back in May where I started this, but you can see a lot of this is empty, and I'm not sure if it's ever going to be filled. Depends on participation by the tool makers as well, because yeah, the concept of this Miro board was exactly that everyone could come over and sort of declare to the group what their tool is more about and what their action plan is. You see Darlington here, for example, did that very nicely. And now his tool is more explorable here. Like if people want to know about his tool, they can come here and read what he wrote, like what he was touting as strong points of his UI UX, for example.
I need you to get a hold of somebody for this, Lucas. I'm about to send you Twitter link to him. He's making a Gov tool. Yeah, I know. So many of these right now, dude. It's like great.
The thing is, it's going to be an actual selection, rule of the jungle or law of the jungle, how you say it. And because people aren't going to get to use everything, and sometimes it can be because they're prettier. Other times it's just this one feature that makes it stick out to everyone.
Dropped it in the chat bubble for you.
Oh, I've had Dagwell here.
Okay.
Yeah. And on a previous call, like 2 calls ago, it's on YouTube, and I can point you to that when I go over it. I'll send you the timestamp link from the playlist.
Okay.
But yeah, he pitched his thing here. It's recorded. One thing that I want to start doing and being more efficient on, let's say mostly all the projects that we're doing, is being efficient in having previous call notes, uh, processed by us so that we can have the highlights and have timestamps to the main things that happened on the call, so that we can have a number of links to YouTube on the right timestamps for the main things that happened on this. And maybe we can tweet those, and that way it would be like more productive for people that came out like Dagwell and presented his thing, to have a tweet by us saying, okay, here's Dagwell in our golf tools and in our golf calls
Yeah,
presenting this.
I like.
So, but yeah, I'm probably going to try to use AI to process things a bit and suggest the timestamps, because otherwise it gets really tricky. Just creating Luma events and spaces, it's already taking, yeah, it's a big slice of the time that I spend. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Come by on Monday for the regular call, which is a bit more extended. Um, for today, just coming back to it. So we have the Amaru, which is early. Let's let it sit for a long time, for more time. No worries there. And this one, it yeah, we were seeing. So this one is going to go ahead and try to see if it sticks, right? They're letting it vote. They're letting the vote run for its duration. Do you have any feelings on this one, Shaggy? You still feel like it's too much money?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going to be upset if this doesn't go through. I think it's more reasonable. Um, at this rate, the
I've
300
s-
million is like about even with what our treasury inflows were last year. So I'm more comfortable with this, but
Mhm.
I would like to see them handle management problems, structural problems first, and then we can start talking about how to spend money. But this is okay by me. What did Nori say? Safe enough to try. That's his thing. Yeah, this is safe enough. Yeah.
Okay, but did you notice maybe we're early in the voting stage, but it looks like it's heading a lot of no votes. Oh,
Oh,
so
I'm not
yeah.
surprised one bit because I've seen some of the bigger D reps talking about how we're not spending enough and yada yada. I mean, it's interesting takes, but yeah, this has got to be sustainable. That treasury is finite, and we have yet to decide how we're going to support the SPOs, the D reps, the CC, etc. after the reserves run dry. Like there's bigger challenges here, and I think, like I said, I've heard a lot of these opinions from some of the bigger
Mhm.
cats, but I'm going to continue to disagree and focus on financial fiscal responsibility. There you go.
Yeah. Do you notice the difference here? Like the way this platform renders it, there's DREP votes, there's not voted, and there's the yes and no. And if we look at it here, it looks very different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to see if the numbers are the same, but I'm messing up big time. Sorry.
Yeah, one of them looks
Just
like they rounded up because that one says 1.85 and the other one says 1.48. I mean 1.848. For the yes amounts.
it's just three of us, Naomi. You can just jump in.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to ask a question. The Constitutional Council, are they
Mhm.
the are they this Cardinal Jaffa Council, Eastern Cardinal, are they the ones that are they the members of the council?
I'm not sure I get the question. The
Okay,
constitutional.
let me put the question well. The Constitutional Council, who are the members? Who are the seven members there?
Okay, you see them here. right?
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to show you that the one. So okay,
Okay,
I
just
got it.
saying bye to Shaggy. He was dropping something on the chat. Yeah, you can see them here, and they are elected to hold one of these seats. They're voted on chain. I'm not sure what the duration of their mandate is, but yeah, you can explore from here somehow or from somewhere. Most of these, when you see alliance and council, it's a group of like, I don't know, 5 people or something like that. And then you have Phil, you know Phil, right? And Ktors is a developer. I always forget his real name.
Is this still from Anastasia Lab?
Yes, yeah. So that's him. And then Ktors is developer from Pragma and Cardano Foundation. I'm not sure exactly from where, but he's been around for ages. And I met him 2022 in Cardano Summit. And when I was getting to know, like everyone was like getting to know each other, and I asked him, what do you do? And he said, I build Cardano, you know, like the core thing. So he's a good guy, great guy. So yeah, I'm really puzzled with these discrepancies here because I'm pretty sure we're looking at the same governance section, but not only does the look of it, like this one looks almost like complete or something, and this one is rendering it like the not voted a lot like bigger here. So, but the numbers also don't add up. Total no here is 3.78. Here we have a very a smaller number. I'm going to raise this with Mark, and maybe he can clarify it on Monday's call. What else do I wanted to say? I find this interesting because if we look at it here and there, there's two different views, but this view by CGov, I think, takes the prize for me because here you can see a bit how it has been progressing, and I would argue maybe this chart could be, I think we have it here in big. I think it's the same one. Yeah, it looks very much the same. Um, this could be scaled to the full possibility of votes. So we have 2.6. I don't know, but that would make it. Sorry, I'm starting to talk as a data viz person. We could see this as stacked lines instead of simple lines that are overlapping. Do you understand what I'm saying, Naomi?
Nah, I
So,
don't
so
get that
so
part.
in terms of, I used to be a data viz person in banking software, and so here you're seeing, okay, so we're comparing the abstain, which is 800 million. This is 1.4 billion in red. And then in green, we have 2.5 billion. If we had this in a different way, which we call stacked, we would put one 800 on top of the other, on top of the other, and it would total something. So you would see them all stacked on top of each other, totaling the sum of the
Okay.
three of them. And that way we
Mm.
could see it in perspective to the total, which the total is the active stake, right? So I'm not sure what the active stake is currently. Here it is, 12 billion. So you see, um, there's, the reason we call 45B is that ADA is going to grow until we have 45 billion units of ADA. Currently, we have 38 billions of ADA of circulating supply around that, and only 12 billion are called active stake because they've been delegated, because they're active in terms of governance. So out of 45B and 45B total, 38 billion circulating, we have only 12 participating in governance. But still, when we look at this chart, we're looking at numbers that are in the magnitude of, where was it? 2 billion, something like that here. So what I was saying is that maybe we could have this all stacked, and the maximum of the chart would be 12 billion. Then we would see that these components that I have under my mouse stacked, so we can see them all in proportion. And I would even put it in proportion to the 38 of circulating. So it's a very, very small fraction of Cardano that's participating in governance. We have a long way to go. That makes sense now?
Yes. Because
Okay, keep in touch. Come by on Monday if you want. And I'm just going to leave it at this for now. Thanks for coming by.
thanks for teaching, Lucas.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.